Alright, what's going on, everybody? So I have three different sets of cuffs right here. I'm going to go over all the pros and cons of these cuffs. I'm going to start with the ones that I first got issued. It is not the same like this. These are not the ones that I got issued, but I got issued something similar to this. And I'm going to finish with the ones that are my favorite. So let's go ahead and get started. So these right here, chain handcuffs. Why do you get these? These are super cheap. A lot of departments, they don't approve the hinge because it may be a little bit uncomfortable. They also don't approve it because some think that you need some extra training in order to apply those, and some don't approve it, or they won't issue you those just because they're a little bit more expensive than something like this. Also, because you have some departments that are very close-minded, and so this is what they like because this is what they've been using for a long time. I am not a fan of this as my primary set of cuffs. And the reason for that is because if you guys haven't seen my video on the belt, you guys, if you have seen it, you know that I run a open top pouch right here in the front. And most police officers are running their handcuffs somewhere in the front or in the back. But so I run mine right here, open top. And what was happening was, anytime I went to pull my handcuffs out, it would do just like that. So now you see that this one on the top is ready to go on somebody's wrist, right? But then now I find myself jiggling to get it straight in order for me to put the handcuffs. And this is not just a me thing. There's a lot of police officers. You guys can see it on Cops, on a TV show. You guys can see it on Live PD. You even see it in your department, or just take a look next time they pull these handcuffs. You're gonna see them do one of these right here, try to get it set up. And the problem with that is, like, if these are coming out, right, and this guy didn't know he was going to jail, you just gave him a warning. Hey, you're about to get put in handcuffs, and if he had any intentions to fight you or flee, that is probably when he's going to do it. Once he hears that jiggle, right? And I get it, it's jiggling extra just because it has the key hanging from there, but you guys get the idea. So I am not a fan of this. I'm also not a fan of these because there's actually safety bulletins out there of police officers and even corrections that put the handcuffs on the prisoner, or arrestee, or whatever you guys call it, in wherever you work, and they've had their finger right here, and somehow they managed to twist the handcuffs and they deglove the actual finger, leaving only the bone. So I like my fingers. I don't want my skin or my finger to get degloved. And so, again, I am not a fan of this. One pro of these over, say, for example, the hinge, is that you actually have extra space right here. So if you have somebody who's somebody who's overweight, somebody has really tight shoulders, it's going to be a lot easier to put these handcuffs on them, right? Because they're not going to be as tight, or somebody who's not flexible over something like this. So that's it for that. If you guys have anything else on those, make sure you guys leave it in the comments. So the hinge, I went from those. I bought these probably a couple months after I got hired, and I replaced those with these right there in the front pouch. So now you guys can see that when I drop them, they're ready to go. So I have all, the one arm here, with the one arm there, and these are just ready to go on. And as soon as I pull them out, they're ready to go on, as opposed to those that I have to jiggle and find. So the con to this is that it's a lot smaller than that. So if you have somebody with really tight shoulders, wide shoulders, it's just going to be harder to put these on over those. As far as the safety aspect, you don't have to worry about them degloving your finger or anything like that, because it's not happening, right? It's definitely not happening. And that's about it for these. These are just slightly, they cost a little bit more than those. The other thing too is these actually will turn or do this thing, whatever you call that, a lot easier and smoother than those. So you almost like you press it on their skin and it's already right there, nice and secure. Now these, they're brand new, so over time and with oil and stuff, some love and care, you guys can get them like this. But these right now, out of the box, came for me like that. So let's go to the final set of handcuffs. These ones right here. These, I've had these now for about, I'd say 6 years. These were made by a company called Tough Cuff. Now, I posted about this on my Instagram in the past. Some of you guys have found them online. Some of you guys found them on eBay. The reason why I love these is because it's kind of like a mixture of a bunch of things into one. So they're a lot bigger, right? They're just slightly bigger as far as width. They're almost kind of like the chain. You guys can see that right there. It also has a lot more teeth than your standard handcuff. It has more teeth. They're longer. And so by being longer, you guys, I'm not really sure if you guys can see it with the camera, you got about an extra 4 teeth right there. By being longer, it allows you to put this on somebody who has really tiny wrists. So, you know, somebody who's on drugs or something like that, that have really thin wrists, you can do it. I mean, that's still locked in. So real small, or somebody who's got a little bit on the heavier side, it's just bigger. So you can accommodate smaller people and bigger people with these sets of cuffs. The other reason why I like these is because I don't know if you guys ever had anybody who is constantly, once you handcuff them, right? We always want to handcuff with the palms facing out, just because it makes it harder for them to bring their hands under their feet into the front, right? If they're like this, it's going to be a lot easier for them to do that. So we want to put the palms facing out to limit them, or just make it harder for them to do that. Can they still do it? There's some people out there who are super flexible and they can still do it, but for the most people, that's not going to happen. With these, if you have somebody who's doing that, I want you guys to see this. I can twist the cuff, right? And so now, this is what I want you guys to picture, because it's going to be kind of hard since I don't have anybody here with me. One hand is going to be facing this way, right? The hand's going to be facing this way. This hand is going to be facing down, or it's going to be facing up. And once you apply this on their, and they have it on, it's going to look just like this. So you guys can see right here that if I try to bring my arms or my hands under to bring them to the front, it's just not going to happen. It's really not going to happen. And with these cuffs, they only go one way. So if you have somebody in the back, let's say for example they started off like this and they keep moving and twisting and doing all that stuff, it's going to keep twisting to the point where it's going to make it super uncomfortable for them, and their hands are going to get like that, and they're not going to be able to bring it back because it only goes one way. So if they were just doing a lot of movement and stuff, hey, they're going to be stuck like that until you take these things completely off, and then you can reapply them if that's what you want to do. So these things right here, they were about $100 5 or 6 years ago when I first got them. The brand again is Tough Cuff. I've heard some companies trying to remake these, and honestly, if you guys can get your hands on these right here, I highly recommend them. And also if your agency allows you, because sometimes they kind of limit on what kind of handcuffs you can use. So that's it for handcuffs. I know there's some other ones out there like the Asp and all that stuff, but I don't have any experience with those. I just have experience with these 3. So if you guys have any questions, or if you guys have any other comments about these right here, do me a favor and just please leave it at the bottom in the comments. If you guys like this video, you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel, and then make sure you guys are following me on all the social medias, and I'll list them down below. That's it for now. Take it easy, and until next time.